Orlando Pirates Football Club can confirm that they have reached an agreement with Royal Union for the transfer of Relebohile Mofokeng. Agreement reached in principle before the World Cup, subject to a medical. Let's go.
That's how it goes?
They keep asking about the best when they know it's me.
Okay.
Asking about the rest when they know it's me.
Straight in, I guess.
You know it's me.
What's happening, good people? Hope you guys are good. Hope you guys are well. Well, welcome back to Play in the Field with Sheikh Slampedi. Yep, that's me right there. And you know, every single time I go into it, I always like to say, thank you for those who are riding with me, for those who have been riding with me, and also, if you're watching this content for the first time, please do like, please do subscribe, and most importantly, please engage. Please engage, please. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your thoughts because this is massive news. Rele is leaving, man. Yo! Rele is leaving. Rele is on the verge of leaving. Man, and you know what? When I saw this news, the first thing I thought to myself, I was like, guys, I do not want to hear a bad word about Orlando Pirates ever again. I do not want to hear it. Because some of the stuff that they have done in recent time has been absolutely outstanding. They've transferred a player to the Saudi League. They've transferred a player to the MLS. And now they're on the verge of transferring a player to Europe, the Belgium League. And I do not want to hear this word that like Orlando Pirates blocks moves and they don't want people to prosper or anything like that. Nah. They've been able to manage to do these 3 deals in like 18 months to 2 years. That's insane. That is insane that they've been able to do that. And you know what? Orlando Pirates, you deserve your flowers, man. You deserve your flowers because you guys were not obligated to play these kids. It wasn't a must for you guys to play these kids. But you gave them the platform to show what they can do. You gave them the opportunity to do that. And people must remember, Orlando Pirates was required to win wire. Orlando Pirates was required they had to win trophies. They always pushed to win. No excuses. If they lose, that's the job of a big football club. And to put those players, these gems, into this team and having to get them to transfer is incredible. It is incredible. And they gave them the environment for them to prosper. And you know what's funny, man? They planned for the departure of Rele. They planned for it with regards to the players that they have, with regards to the players that they're signing. Lungu having to come in, Mwato. Apollos is still there. Moremi, Msimdani. Look, I'm not saying they are as good as Relebohile Mofokeng, but they definitely had a plan with regards to this was going to happen. And you know, the one thing, Orlando Pirates, I hope you did, man. And I know, man, Ivan Koza, you're a smart man, man. You're a smart man. Please tell me you've inserted a sell-on clause on these players. Because, man, I watch Mbogazi at the World Cup and I'm just like, that guy is not remaining in the MLS for too long. Not remaining in the MLS for too long. And then you have Rele now. And you have Nkota as well, who could transfer as well. But now you have Rele too. And I'm hoping that you inserted a clause with regards to these players. And also, this is not only just a future investment on the club in terms of them, the kind of money they could get with regards to the sell-on clause, but having to let these players go is also an investment on the national team. It's on the national team. It's like almost, not only are they looking out for themselves, they're looking out for even us. They're looking out for us fans who watch this game religiously. But now we've given you your flowers, Orlando Pirates. We've given you your flowers. Now we got to go to the kid. We gotta go to Relebohile Mofokeng. You know, Relebohile Mofokeng is one of the greatest ambassadors the PSL has had in a very long time. And I wrote down a list here, and it's a very long list. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to bear with me because this kid deserves what I'm about to say about him. This kid went from DDC to Orlando Pirates Football Club first team, one of the biggest football clubs in the country, one of the biggest football clubs on the continent. This guy was required to improve with regards to his performances. This guy was under pressure to win all the time. There is no excuses if Orlando Pirates draws or loses a game. This guy had to play under that sort of type of pressure of having to always win, having to deliver cups, and having to score in cup finals, having to have to score in CAF Champions League semi-finals, delivering a league title in arguably his final season at the football club. Can you imagine? And people talk about the performances on the pitch. People talk about the fact that they have to win, and I get that. Do you understand the level of fame that comes with playing for the big three in South Africa? Do you people understand the level of fame that comes with playing for Orlando Pirates and Kaizer Chiefs? Do you understand that? And sometimes I'll give you guys your respect too, but you understand, man. When you play for these two football clubs and you perform at levels like this kid has done, the fame that he has, he's got grown men going to an Adidas store and wanting to take pictures with him. He's got grown men and women having or wanting to take pictures with him at the stadium. You can imagine what this kid's life is like. Hayako petrol station, Hayako police station to get his ID certified. Whatever. Go to the park. Rele probably can't go in this country anywhere without people asking for a picture. And I'll even say this. If I see this kid, I will ask him for a picture. I want that damn picture too. Having to become a father at a young age with that fame, with having to require to produce performances on the pitch. One of the things that stuck out at this World Cup for us wasn't only just the fact that Bafana Bafana went to the knockout stages and created history. Wasn't the fact that this kid came on and had a blinder of a performance against South Korea. This kid stood in an interview on the world stage and was asked, how do you feel about playing against some of the best players who play in the best leagues in the world? He said, it's great, but I also play in the best league in the world, one of the best leagues in the world. He said that. He said that with his chest. With his chest. And another thing about him, the humility that he has with regards to speaking like that, but even with regards to how he lives his life and not letting it get to his head. He doesn't let this stuff get to his head. And sometimes I even check the banter that's on social when he has bad performances, and some of it I feel like is unnecessary, where they've put him in a dress of some sort or whatever, and I'm just like, man, these guys are going way below the belt. But that didn't shake him. That didn't put him down. That did not make him underperform. This kid waited to play for Bafana Bafana. He was patient with it. He was patient with Hugo Bruce too, even though it was crying out for him to be part of the team. And even when he was on the bench, he never sulked, he never cried, he never made interviews or whatever. He kept his head down and he waited. And he waited. And the most brilliant thing about everything that I've just said is that he's 21 years old. 21 years old. I sit back and think, if I had this level of attention at 21. I don't know how I will cope. And by the way, the attention didn't come at 21. The attention came in his teens. And he maintained being level headed. Level headed. Because I'm just like, I would have never dealt with attention like this at 21. I would have never. Imagine girls in your DMs, people wanting to take photos with you, probably people trying to scam you, like people trying to be your friends. Like, I would have never been able to deal with this. And the kind of structures he has around him is brilliant. But even for him, it's for him to make those decisions. You can have a great structure, but you must make the decisions. This kid averaged a goal or an assist every 2 games for Orlando Pirates, based on his stats. A goal or an assist every 2 games. That's how brilliant that he's been. And despite his size, he didn't let that get to him. Because we all know Rayleigh is not one of the biggest. But man, he's got a big heart. That, you can't take that away from him. Heart-wise, guys, I gotta make sure my mic is on. Great. Heart-wise, you can't take that away from him. And when we go to the move now, nah, this move for me is perfect. It's a perfect move for Rayleigh. And I'll tell you why it's perfect for me. Belgium, the League of Belgium, the Jupiler Pro League, right, is ranked within the top 10 according to the UEFA coefficient rankings, even on their website. Top 10, it's there. Number 2, a league that has produced the likes of Kevin De Bruyne, who is hailed as one of the best midfielders in the Premier League, right, in the English league and in the world as well from his career. Lukaku, the highest goal scorer for Belgium. Thibaut Courtois, people will argue he's been one of the best goalkeepers in the recent years. Vincent Kompany, the manager of Bayern Munich, and if you saw him as a centre back, he was elite. And also, never mind even that, a league that doesn't stand in the way of its talent. They don't stand in the way, guys. They do not stand in the way. If someone produces the goods there and needs to jump to France or needs to jump to Spain, they do not stand in the way. Or even the Premier League, they do not stand in the way. He joins a club, Royal Union, which is also competitive within that league. They finished second. And in the last 2 years, they have actually won the league, the Belgium league. And here's another thing as well. They'll be playing UEFA Champions League football next season. They'll start from the qualifying rounds, but they can get there. They can absolutely get there. And he's going to grow from this. He's going to absolutely grow from this. And also, it's a beautiful story because Chandra Campbell is there. He's in that league too. So when they meet, man, I can't wait for that. I absolutely cannot wait for that. And when you look at even Pestao in the past, the best we've seen of Pestao was when he was playing in that league. It's when he was playing within that league. So this move is perfect. And for people who don't understand, you will never get a player in the PSL that's going to transfer from here to the top 5 leagues. Like, not now. Maybe we've had it in the past. I agree with you, but not now. And what's also helping it right now is the fact that South Africa is playing at major tournaments and we're getting more eyes on us. That's why you're seeing some of our talents leaving, and which is great. It must happen. They must go, these kids. They must go. And even if you might not want them to go because maybe you feel like they can still develop here, can they go to go get paid, guys? Can they go get paid then? Let the kids eat. Let them eat. Let them get paid. And for me, that's what I'm talking about, in the sense that, like, the Relay was not ever going to go from here to Barcelona, guys. It was just not going to happen, man. It was not going to happen. And not because of his talents. It's just because if you're talking about the big teams in Europe or the big teams around the world, if they're looking for a top African player, where do you think they're going to start? They're going to start in North Africa. They're going to go west, and then they'll maybe come to the south. So this is a great move for me, and I feel like it's a move that he will develop. And as for Royal Union fans, what are you guys getting? You're getting a creative gem, man. You're getting a player who has abilities to unlock defenses consistently. You're getting a player who's versatile, a player who can play on the left, can play on the right, can play behind the striker, can also be a shadow striker if you need him to be one. Two, do not judge him by size. I know you guys will probably see him and be like, this kid's too small. And he'll probably develop physically without a shadow of doubt. There's probably some stuff that he needs to bulk up on, but do not judge him by size, this kid. This kid's going to give you guys everything. I can 100% guarantee you that. He can play out of tight situations, this kid. And he's worked on his weaker foot so much that you're just like, great, he can strike a ball with both feet. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. This is what you wanted, Rele. You wanted this. You wanted to go to Europe, and you made no secrets about it. You made no bones about it. This is what you wanted. Now this is your time to shine. This is your moment. It has come. It has come. When I saw that video of you walking with that agent at the airport, I was like, wow, man. I don't know if it was an agent or something, but clearly he was going a different direction to the Bafana team that's coming back home. But I was just like, this is beautiful. It's happening. It is happening. It looks like it's going to happen. And honestly speaking, and I can't believe I actually did say this, if you go back on my previous content, Relebohile Mofokeng has outgrown our league, guys. Relebohile Mofokeng has outgrown the PSL. And that's facts. I want to say a message to PSL. Do not forget. The football of the season, the players player, the midfield of the season, and the young player of the season, please do not forget to give him those awards. Like, while he's there, give him those awards, please. Because he's definitely going to win them without a shadow of a doubt. I'm really happy for this kid. And I really believe he'll pass his medical. And I really believe that he'll become a Royal Union player. The ceiling is high for this kid. It's very high. And I can't wait to see what comes up next. But really, I can't think of another youth South African prospect that deserves a move like this. You worked hard for it. I was panil. I can't even take that away from you. Congratulations are in order. And hopefully you do the business. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and please share my content.